Hi guys, it's Mitch here. I'm just coming on to do this week's Facebook rune reveals for you all. So, if you were drawn to rune 1, we're going into the rune of the star. Now, when the star shows, it's a really positive rune. It's all about this realization of goals, dreams, wishes, everything that you seek, everything that you want, everything that you sort of heart desires can become reality. It can be so much more than just a pipe dream. So this is almost about like positivity coming into your life, coming into your world. And if there are things that you're wanting to discover, if there are things you're wanting to experience, it's kind of being brave enough to give yourself that permission to sort of say, do you know what, I can actually go after this, I can actually have this, and I can actually bring this into a physical reality. So the star is almost like granting you your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, everything that you've been requesting, everything that you've been putting out there into the universe is all coming back to you. And it's almost like saying, it's here, it's ready, it's good to go. It's kind of your time to just go after whatever these things are, bring them into a physical realization, bring them into a physical reality, and shine in the process. The other aspects of the star, it's very authentic. So you're in competition with nobody. So there may well be people around you that are not understanding your ethos. They may not be understanding your journey. They may not really be understanding your footprint of the future. But this is about keeping it real, keeping it authentic, and doing things, your way. And as long as your world and as long as your life serves and works for you, and as long as you're not sort of hurting or harming anybody, it kind of doesn't matter about anything or anybody else. So this is your time to make it happen. If you've got that project that you want to sort of finish and sort of bring into realization, go for it. If you want that new career path, if you want that new relationship, if you want to sort of, go for a new house or home, if you want to sort of live off grid, whatever you want to do, this star sort of rune is giving you permission to sort of say, come on, it's your time, go for it. This opportunity, this experience may not come round again, and you don't want to have sort of felt like you've wasted it. So just go after what these things are, what they bring to the sort of table, because it essentially isn't just about living your best life. It wants to amplify positivity and happiness. So the experiences that you receive can be positive and they can be happy as well. So quite an interesting one if you've been drawn to rune 1. Now then, guys, as we're going into rune 2, we're going into the rune of rings. The rune of rings represents, I don't know if you can see that too well, try and bring it a bit closer there. So the rune of rings represents our commitment to things, and that can be to do with people, it can be to do with situations, circumstances, physical experiences around us, but it's looking at like the energy, the commitment of input and output. What are we committing to at the moment, and what are we getting back as a level of commitment? Okay, so if this is sort of career wise for you, are you in a job where you're being rewarded, where you're being celebrated, where you're being acknowledged? Or are you in a job where you're feeling like you're just literally a cog in the wheel, just another sort of bingo number in a big pool of numbers? How are you being treated? How are you being sort of recognized? And if the energy is positive and if it's good, then this is just saying that, there's that flow, there's that sort of cycle of everything being quite connected, everything being quite lovely. But if you're feeling undervalued, underappreciated, there's some fine tuning to make your inner circle work in more sort of harmony and balance. This could show in other areas of your life. It could be to do with more commitment of friends, family, even relationships, romantic lovers, what they seek, what their sort of energies are to you and from you, and vice versa. So it's not always just career based, but there's a need to keep your inner circle sacred, keep it comfortable, keep it working for you. So it's like sort of really looking and really reviewing all the different types of connection you're holding with everybody. And if those things do serve, it's having like a committed circle where it works really well. But if you know that there are people in the sort of energy field that are maybe letting you down or coming at a cost, or where you're having to adjust yourself to their needs, then this is highlighting that and saying maybe that needs to at some point, not necessarily straight away, but at some point for your own personal progression, maybe that needs to be sort of looked into, and maybe there are some people that need to move along or move to one side. So it's looking at commitment in all areas of your life, really. It's a really, really important rune in all areas, in all aspects of your life, really. So it's quite an interesting one when this one shows commitment, you know. And finally, if you've been drawn to rune 3, we're going into the rune of the Witch's Blade, otherwise known as the Witch's Scythe or the Witch's Seath. Now, when this shows, this is offering you a sense of spiritual protection. It could well be, if you've been drawn to this, that you've reached a point that is beyond sort of repair, I suppose. And this is basically saying that there may be people, circumstances or situations that you have to now detach. You may have to just clear the energies from. So that's not being done to sort of hurt or harm. That's being done to sort of say, look, you've got to this point now of realization where you can go no further, and maybe some people are just not delivering the goods. Maybe some people are just not stepping up to the mark. Maybe some people are actually just out to take, and they don't want to give anything back. And maybe you're just feeling tired, drained, or burnt out from some people. It's not always a physical person. Sometimes it can be situations, circumstances, setups. It comes in a lot here if someone's in a job that they just feel exhausted in and they need to sort of break away for their own mental health. That's really what I see this rune as. It's almost like a rune of protecting your own mental health and doing what you need to do in order to feel comfortable, safe, and acknowledged. So if you know that there are things draining you, if you know that there are things that are sort of negative or toxic, if you know that there are energies of types holding you back or restricting you, it's being brave enough to sever those cords, you know, cut those ties that are binding or restricting you, and send them away with love. It doesn't have to be nasty, there doesn't have to be hurt, there doesn't have to be drama. But if you know that something or someone is restricting your growth or holding you back or not allowing you to sort of be the best you can be, then this Witch's Blade is not just wanting to show itself up as a sign of spiritual protection. It's actually saying that we've come to a point where we now need to action the energy of this blade. We need to act upon it and use it in the way that we need to. So it is a little bit about boundary setting if you've been drawn to this. And you might be quite empathic. You might feel like you give to everybody. So to put yourself first, to actually respect your own worth, might be quite scary. But it may also be the very thing that's needed to sort of set you free or to break certain cycles that perhaps are slightly negative and slightly restrictive. So I will leave this with you and hope that that makes a little bit of sense as well. Stay safe, stay well, stay fabulous. Just a reminder that this coming Saturday, you can find me at Swindon at Kelly's Rowan's Closet. Drop her a message. We've got a couple of afternoon spaces left. I think there's about 4 spaces left if you want to book in for an afternoon private one-to-one reading, face-to-face. It'd be lovely to see you there. And then on Sunday, I'm fully booked out for Rune. Really looking forward to that. It's going to be a fantastic event. And then next week, next Saturday, the 8th of July, we have the revised date of West Pennard Glastonbury demo of mediumship. Still some tickets left for that if you want to get involved. And if you want to come along to a night of beautiful spirit magic. And then on Sunday next week, I'll be doing a booked out day of Violet Flame Healing at Spire Hill Therapy Centre. So it's all going on. There's lots going on. You may have seen as well, very quickly, that we've put up a new date for a demo night in Devices. I did Devices last year. I wasn't going to include it in the tour this year, but so many people have been messaging me saying, oh, can we do Devices? It'd be great to sort of see you there. So Friday, I can't quite remember the date. I've posted it on here. I want to say, did I write it down somewhere? Oh, I did. Can't remember without looking at it. I know it's on a Friday. I want to say that it might be the 15th, but I'm not sure. No, I can't remember. You're going to have to look at it on the website. But that gives you an excuse to go over there. And if you're not subscribed, you can sign up already. It's for free and you get my monthly newsletter. But check it out on the events page and on the Spirit Magic Tour. The date is on there, but devises, it only holds 100, so it's quite an intimate night of mediumship. But it'd be great to see some of you lovelies. Tickets are already selling for that. I've already sold about 20 tickets, so it's off to a cool start. So it'd be lovely to see some of you there. It's at the Worthen Club, which is where I did last time. So great night. So I know it's in September sometime, that's all I know. Oh, it's the 1st. I remember now. It's because it's the day before my holiday. So, spirit scatterbrain moment. Yeah, it's on the 1st of September, which is a Friday. So, be great to see some of you lovelies there if you're interested in coming along. So I'll leave it with you. Have a cool week. Remember those runes. Take the energy of those for what you need. And I'll see you soon. Bye for now.